from the UK. How difficult is it to succeed as an entrepreneur without having a technical background? As someone without a technical background, I feel very fortunate that I was able to find my technical co-founders and get this company off the ground. I really wish that I enjoyed coding and programming, and I actually tried to do it in college, and if I hadn't dropped the course, it would have been my one and only failed course. My brain just, I love the romantic idea of a cup of coffee and coding late into the night, listening to music, and very jealous of all my colleagues that I work with that are able to build these amazing products and make things work. But I think that the most difficult part, when you're first starting out, what people always seem to think, and I was the same way, if only this site was built as I imagine it and live right now, it would be the next Facebook or YouTube or whatever. It would be so big. So I just need someone to build it once, and then we'll be done with that part of it. And it'll just be about, magazine photo shoots and flying around the world in jets and all that stuff. But what people don't realize, so then they say, all right, well, I just need someone to build this idea. That's actually the wrong mindset and attitude completely, because these engineers can go anywhere. They can go to Google or Facebook and make a ton of money. They can start their own companies. They have a great range of options and almost zero unemployment for the good ones. So how do you convince them to join your team? It's not through treating them as a means to an end. It's by working with them as a partner in the business. And certainly Samir from the technical side and David from the design side have had completely equal share to me in terms of building this business. And without them, either of them, we're not here today. So it's difficult to succeed without a technical background if you treat technical people or engineers as secondary concerns, because then the best ones won't want to work with you. It's difficult to succeed if you aren't able to recruit and build a team. And it's impossible to succeed just having something built and not bringing those technical people on or into the fold, because the idea that you have right now in your mind is not the fully baked right idea. I don't think there's been a single case where exactly what was posted once and never updated turned into an overnight success. It's all about measuring and reacting and building and iterating. And so without that person on the team contributing in that way, the chances of success are minimal. But when you are starting out, if you can find others who have the technical background, then, I spoke at an event called Founder Dating, where we found, technical and non-technical people would go and stand up and say, hey, I'm a business guy looking for this guy, or I'm an Android developer looking for a business guy. And I was shocked because I had, engineers are incredibly difficult to find. And here was a room full of, 50 of them who were looking for business guys, of which I know 500 people. And so it's difficult without a technical background, but not if you have the right attitude about finding one, which is, I really want a partner to build this business with me, and I'm willing to give up the equity, almost evenly, or a meaningful piece, because that's actually the only differentiation and the only thing I have to offer at this point. I can't pay the salary that Google does or the benefits of Facebook or whatever, but you're competing against lots of startups and lots of bigger companies in terms of doing that. And by the way, you find the right technical person, you do the Herculean task of launching the site, and then raising money, and only then does the actual business building begin. And you think that you're there. If only I had, $1 million in the bank and a technical co-founder and another engineer and the site launched, we'd be in good shape. Actually, that's when it really starts. And so it continually, but it's good that you don't know that when you're first starting, because if you knew everything that you'd have to go through getting a company off the ground, you probably wouldn't start one. And that's the blissful naivety of the whole thing. And it's been immensely rewarding throughout. Let me just qualify that.